Templeton will provide us with the same services at a lower cost and allow us to keep that program. The importance of the program is that it offers children who want to go into a cyber environment the ability to do so through Western Wayne rather than leaving Western Wayne and going to an external provider at a much, much, much greater cost than this. So this is money well spent.
And on the other side of it, and he didn't touch base on it, is that it's stopping a lot of our students from leaving to go to an outside cyber school and keeping them in-house. Plus, like before, I don't know if it'll be totally like before, but we did our own curriculum online for them. So they weren't losing any ground if they wanted to step back into regular ed and leave the cyber school. Some of the students that used to leave the cyber school and want to come back in-house had a hard time catching up to our curriculum. So this is a good thing.
Dr. McCall,
Yep.
can you just explain the gravity of the savings that we've incurred since the foundation of this virtual learning? I think you said it was in six figures, if you were correct.
The savings?
Well, not the savings,
No.
but the initial cost. Wasn't it in the six figures to operate this initially?
Yeah, initially it was. Yep. And this is a similar program, offers all of the same things in a bit of a different format, which reflects a lower cost. Yeah. Our cyber school expenditures for a year are about 1.13 million. They've remained static for the last 3 years, in large part because we have this program available.
Those are our tax dollars funding other schools.
Every dollar of it.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I would just like to add that the state, even though they don't fund public education the way it should be funded, are opening up more cyber schools in the state of Pennsylvania and charter schools. And the one in Simpson, it's really strange because a friend of mine used to be the superintendent at Carbonellera down at Dr. Famularo. And the charter school in Simpson didn't meet the same criteria in special ed as public schools do. And we couldn't understand that. He fought it over there for a long time. It's just the way the state does it. They do what they want to do. And it should be fair and balanced. And you know, when you talk about funding for education, I believe that every child should have a price tag. And whatever, each child in the state of Pennsylvania should get that money for that school that they go to. Not just, well, there's poor schools in Philly. Well, they're poor for a reason. And they're looking at funding them a lot higher than a lot of the schools that really work hard and give their children a good education and are strapped by the funding segment that the state uses. They don't use anything that makes sense, obviously. So some schools in Philly might get 15,000 a student, and up here maybe 9, 10, 11,000, and it's unfair. It should be fair and balanced through the whole system. Every student in the state of Pennsylvania, whatever the number is, that should be the allotment for every student. But anyway. Sorry,
You're right, Mr. McDonough. The state of Pennsylvania, I mean, everyone knows disparaging numbers and how they fund is unbelievable. You could read any article, any newspaper, the state of Pennsylvania and their funding formula is archaic and it doesn't work. And the lawlessness of the charter schools, even to look at how they operate with their sports, they pop up like that just to feed into, it's not about the education always. Sometimes there's ulterior motives about these electrical technical schools that pop up, and the next thing you know, you read about them in the Scranton Times winning state basketball championships. And let's just put it this way, the taxpayers of the state pay for that, and it's wrong. If they want to go to another school, they should fund it themselves. It should not be taxpayer funded.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 26, please.
I move the Board of Education approve a contract between Western Wayne School District and Blackboard Connect Incorporated at a cost of $2 per user effective July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question when it's stated in there per user. Could you explain that to me, does it?
Yeah, for us it's per student. It's the same.
Oh, so it's per student then?
I'd just like to state that this has brought Dr. Lacone to the homes in the mornings for 2-hour delays, cancellations, if there's anything at the school. So this Blackboard Connect enables us to reach out to you using the phone system. So you know what this is about.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 27, please.
I move that the Board of Education approve an agreement with St. Joseph's Center to provide services to Western Wayne children at the rate of pay per access rate. Services will be provided on an as-needed basis as determined by the child's IEP team for the contract period July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016.
I'll second it.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 28, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve a contract between Western Wayne School District and Carol R. Leinert, CRNP, to provide the required medical review of the IEP students who are eligible for the medical access program, confirming that services are needed, and further that they are being provided at the rate of $8 for each access medical practitioner authorization form effective July the 1st, 2015 for the 2015-16 school year.
I'll second.
I have Mr. McDonough seconding this motion. The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question for Ms. Emmett. In January, we spoke about the difficulties in receiving reimbursement from the government when it comes to access. Can you just, off the top of your head, give me a figure of what we've seen so far in a payout from the state in covering this?
In covering this particular item?
Not
This
this
actually,
particular item, but any kind of access reimbursement that the district sees.
well, they're still behind. We just, in the last 6 months, settled 12,000, or the 2012-2013 funding, and
Only
they
a
took
few
money
years
away
behind,
from
I would
us.
say.
So we filed, the end of December, we filed the 2013-14 final forms, and I don't have a final settlement from them yet. They've contacted us with some questions, and we've, completed everything, but we don't have a final settlement on 13-14. But if you look back, if I look back at, maybe 4 years ago, we would receive about, $200,000 to $300,000 in school-age medical access reimbursement. I budgeted under $100,000 for 15-16 school year, because we're just not
Just
seeing
know that they're
it.
gonna shirk us,
Mhm.
and they're
But
years
they're-
behind in shirking us
Right,
as well.
but their contract is up, the company that's doing it right now, their contract is up, and the state is actually looking for a vendor. I don't know, they still may be the successful vendor for next year, but at this point, we're not sure.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 29, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve an agreement between Western Wayne School District and the United Cerebral Palsy for the contract period April 27th, 2015 to June 30th, 2015, at the rate of $2.57 per hour.
I'll
I'll
second.
second it.
I'm sorry, who's second?
Doris,
I have Mr. Godem's. I heard it up there.
sure. Sorry, Doris.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 30, please.
I move that the board approve Kingsbride, Herman, Freund, and Paul LLC as special counsel for Western Wayne School District at the rate of $170 per hour on an as-needed basis for the 2015-16 school year.
I'll second it.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
This is for human resources? What is this, What do they specifically,
Special education and labor.
in labor for our employees?
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
No.
Any abstaining? The ayes have it by a vote of 7 yes and 1 no. Item 31, please.
I recommend the Board of Education appoint Matthew L. Meir, Esquire, as district solicitor at an annual retainer fee of $750 and an hourly rate of $150 an hour for the 2015-16 school year.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 32, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education adopt the proposed adjudication related to student 13-14-15, thereby excluding the student from the Western Wayne District in accordance with the terms thereof.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 33.
I recommend that the Board of Education accept a quote from Don Hiller Plumbing and Heating LLC for the replacement of the high school cafeteria electric hot water heater at a cost of $12,126.51.
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I have just one thing. I know at the work session someone asked about the warranty.
Yes,
Is it there's 15-year warranty on the heater?
15 years? Okay, thank you. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 34A, please.
I move that the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district substitute list for the 2014-15 school year. Per Certification Act 24, 34, 151, 114 guidelines, employment eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice, Misty Tweet, I'm not sure how you say her name, area teacher assistant, and Christina Albright for special education.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I take it that these two potential employees are only until the end of this school year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
14-15 school year, it's in the motion.
But they're then notified that they are back on for the following year.
Right.
Like we
If
always
they
do.
want it.
Right, yeah, yep, yep. They want, yep.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 34B, please.
I move that the Board of Education set the hourly/per diem rates for the 2015-2016 school year as follows. Substitute teachers, $85 per diem. Substitute teacher aides, $7.50 per hour. Substitute secretary, $9.27 per hour. Tutor homework help, $85 per diem. And security for games and events, $17 per hour with a minimum of $35 per event.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I just would like to say one thing as well. I appreciate you coming to say that. I also have the same feeling with our aides. I believe $7.50 an hour is pretty low. And it's unfortunate we are where we are with our finances, but I do agree with you.
And I just want to touch base real quick. I don't disagree with you, and I think you all do a great job for us. But we had a lot of people in the building this past year that didn't receive a raise at all because of where we are.
We haven't had one in almost 12 years. So.
Almost 12 years now. Yeah, and I've been here for a while, and you're
So,
right.
I mean, 1 year, okay, 12, that's
Yeah,
another thing.
yeah, but just to touch base, but yeah. soon as we can get our feet on the ground somewhere.
Oh, I understand.
And I think it's a good idea that you're going to give it in writing to us so we can look at it further.
Well stated, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
and appreciate it.
Dr. McCall, I have a question about the homework help. This homework help, are they in the school all day, or is this an after-school thing?
All day.
And how do they carry out their duties and responsibilities?
We have a designated homework help room, and certain periods of the day, students can rotate through there, regardless of their area of issue. We staff it with,
Like a big study hall they can go?
yeah, a couple different people rotate through there on a daily basis, all certified teachers.
Just wanted to make sure that they were there all day, because if it was after school, they're making just as much as a substitute teacher, it could be a little
No, there's no
unbalanced.
for the school.
Because you think homework, you think after school, and you're trying to get that done, so I appreciate that. But I agree with you as well. I believe $85 in 12 years of not having a raise is ludicrous, to be quite honest with you, only because I don't know anyone who would work without a raise for 12 years and still be on that job, to be quite honest with you, or not outside picketing.
They must really like what they do.
They do, and they're invested in the community, which is great, because I talk to a lot of subs and they live in the district, which is excellent, because loyalty is what their payment is, and hoping to get their foot in the door. So I thank you for what you do.
And as a board director here, I've argued for people that have worked in sub for us for years and don't get an opportunity for a full-time position. And we've had several of them, and I think that's a problem with us getting subs also. When people put in their time and work hard, and their evaluations obviously are good, then when a job comes up in that area of education, that they should have an opportunity for.
If I may though, I enjoy substituting.
Yeah.
I enjoy the difference that I get to see every day.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
I
good.
haven't applied for a full-time, and that's not my end goal.
Right.
I did go to school, I've got my degree, I continue my education, my professional development to do this.
Right.
So I just would like to see,
And in regards to, there were several other people that I knew that I tried to help, and
Yeah.
they had to walk away after 8 or 9 years of subbing, working hard for us.
stuff.
Yeah, that's a tough thing too.
Thank you.
But anyway,
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, no.
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 Any abstaining? The ayes have it by a vote of 6 yes and 2 no, that being Mr. Cadenzi and Ms. Fiorello. Correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you. Item 34C, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the request of employee PS number 01-15-16 for a child rearing leave for the 2015-2016 school year.
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 34D, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the recommendations of the superintendent and the district administrator in the following appointment. Jennifer Barillo, long-term substitute for occupational therapist, step 1M, $48,633, pending adjustment upon updated contract with applicable fringe benefits effective for the 2015-2016 school year.
I'll second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Do we only have one occupational therapist? Yes, this is my whole solo. Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 34E, please.
I move that the Board of Education appoint the following to the listed advisor and chairperson positions for the 2015-16 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract pending adjustment upon updated contract as listed.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining?
I will abstain.
The ayes have it by a vote of 7 yes and 1 abstention. Item 34F, please.
I move that the Board of Education appoint the following to the listed coaching position for the 2014-15 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract, pending adjustment upon updated contract. Robert Amos, track assistant, $2,768.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
This replaces Emily Markovich?
Correct.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstaining? The ayes have it unanimously. Item 34G, please.
I move that the Board of Education appoint the following to the listed coaching positions for the 2015-16 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract, pending adjustment upon updated contract as listed.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I know this is a redundant question, but I'm sure that the entire football staff is not on this hiring list right now, correct?
There's one more position.
Just one?
Yeah, they'll be following the contract. There's five assistants and a head coach.
Were there 6 last year?
Yeah, there was 6 last year, and the problem was that we didn't have enough coverage for the 7th, 8th grade JV and varsity.
So they're not going to replace that?
I don't know. That's going to be a decision that the district's going to have to make based on the numbers and what they want to do. I mean,
Thank you.
you will.
Are there any other questions or comments?
Dave Baker, Dr. Dave Baker is the other candidate for the 5th position. And do you guys want to add him in? Because Doc said all his clearances are in now.
I'm not sure they
Oh,
are.
you're not sure they are?
That's why he's not here.
Okay, okay.
Sue's been out.
I thought you said they were in, but Sue is out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They could be on her desk for
Yeah,
all
okay, probably.
I don't want to take that chance.
No, that's fine. No, okay, I'm good. Yep.
Are there any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
No.
Any abstaining? The ayes have it by a vote of 6 yes and 2 no. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have Mr. Gaudenzi and Mr. Lindo voting no on this.
Correct.
Item 34H, please.
I recommend the Board of Education appoint the following mentors for the 2015-16 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract, pending adjustment upon updated contract. Melissa Fortner, professional employee, mentor, professional employee, Jacqueline Sarikia, salary $1,445. Mentor, Lisa Hughes, professional employee, Sarah Wood, salary $1,445.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I'd just like to comment that I